Introducing the 2016 Raleigh Flat Bar Urban Road Bike. Let's take a closer look, shall we? Okay, I added a rear rack, which accommodates for rear disc brakes. There's a rear disc brake on the back here. It's Tektro Aries. It's a mechanical disc brake system. And here is the front. And it is connected to a carbon fork. So it's a straight blade fork, and that's engineered for precise cornering, steering, handling. And I just absolutely love the way this bike was crafted. The seat stays are beautifully made with precision. The chain stays have a very unique look. Sort of has like a squared look in the back. How it sort of runs down. I like the lines of it. It's very sleek. I added a carbon bottle cage. Now I stand 5'4", so I am on the short side. So I opted for this Raleigh Alysa 3. Now it is considered a women's specific frame, but it is suited to my height and my comfort. Another factor in me in purchasing this bike is the visibility of the orange. So I stand out in traffic. Anything to get drivers to notice you is definitely a plus. Also, where I purchased this bike was by a local independent mom and pop store. And the owner, I thought he was going to retire, and I always wanted to do business with him before he retired. So I purchased this bike in May of 2018, and since this bike was a 2016 model, he had it sitting in his inventory, and he offered it to me for an astounding reasonable price. So I couldn't resist, couldn't pass it up. And this bike has sort of replaced my mountain bike that I was using, my Specialized rock hopper. I did an update on that bike, an upgrade video. And I put so many miles on that bike, thousands of miles, and it took me to so many interesting places. And it was time to retire it. And I wanted to look into a new set of wheels with newer technology. And I'm loving the disc brakes. They're not hydraulic, they're mechanical, but they're excellent. Far more superior than rim brakes that I was using. I feel more confident at biking at faster speeds due to the increased power of the brakes, especially in wet weather conditions. I've ridden on rainy days, and no more worrying about having poor brakes in rainy conditions when using the rim brakes. I had V brakes, which were on my Specialized rock hopper, and they were pretty sufficient, but not confident enough for me to use. So I'm very happy that I was able to purchase this bike with the disc brakes. Also, the Tektro brake levers are very good quality. They're aluminum alloy, and it is an Altus shifting system, which, surprisingly is very smooth and it's very crisp. I haven't had any issues with this so far. And going back to the rear derailleur, it's an Alysa, Shimano Alysa, which is sort of like, mid-level range. I had an Alysa, an Alysa X derailleur system on my Specialized rock hopper, and I've never had issues with it. So I'm confident this Acera will perform just the same. For night riding, I added a very nice Bontrager Flare 1 city light, and it's very bright in the daytime. It gets motorists to notice, and makes me feel safer riding on dark roads at night. And love the rechargeable option, saving money on just buying batteries, which I used to do in the past with the LED lighting system that I used to have for my tail light. But it's nice that you can add additional lights to the back of this rack. And this rack was a Bontrager rack I purchased at a Trek store. So I'm just very, very happy with the way this handles. It climbs like a champ. I don't have to put much effort into tackling hills, you know, as opposed to the heavy mountain bike that I was using. And, you know, with the 26-inch wheels, that obviously added weight. But with these 700C road wheels, they're just so much more efficient, less effort, and accelerates just from the get-go. Just very, very smooth. It makes me want to ride longer, stay in the saddle longer, and couldn't say more than enough about this bike. One of the best purchases I have made in a long, long time. I also added another bike to my stable that was sort of a project bike, and it is a Trek aluminum mountain bike. My specialized rock hopper was steel, so going from steel to aluminum was a nice change, and I'll do a future video on that. I have to sort of out of commission at the moment. I need a new chain, and I also need a new rear cassette. Then we're good to go. Yeah, we're good to go on that. One other feature I wanted to mention on this Raleigh Alysa is I love the internal cable routing. It just gives it a cleaner look. This is for the rear brake cable, rear disc brake cable, and it runs along here through the top tube and just inserts into the disc caliper. So and it has two water bottle holders. Some cheaper bikes I've noticed, you know, like if you go to Walmart or Target, they offer only one mount for the bottle cage. So having, you know, two is definitely a sign of a good quality bike. And this it feels like a $1,000 bike when I ride it. I mean, literally, it's so smooth, so comfortable. The shifting's great. I'm looking forward to using this as my workhorse. I'll have some future videos of me on the road with it and traveling, and it is good to be back. Thank you for watching.